Tonight, I will teach you how to feel it. I will show you the simple divine secret behind every miracle, every manifestation, every transformation that has ever taken place in the life of man. O woman, you do not need more power, for the power is already within you. You do not need more time, for time is only the servant of your inner conviction. You do not even need to know how it will come to pass, for the bridge of incidents will form itself the moment you feel it as real. What you need is to feel it. Feel what? The wish fulfilled. Most men and women pray. They hope, they beg, they wait, but few ever feel. To feel is to become. To feel is to fuse your inner world with the outer one. The outer responds to the inner, and the inner is ruled by feeling. God is not a faraway being in the sky. God is your own wonderful human imagination. When you learn how to feel something as though it were already so, you awaken God within, and God responds to his own nature. God creates by imagining, and when he imagines lovingly, he creates life, beauty, abundance, joy. So must you. You are not separate from the Creator. You are the Creator, asleep to your own power. But tonight, I intend to awaken you. I have said it many times. The world is yourself pushed out. What you believe, what you accept as true, what you feel with conviction, that is what hardens into fact. The law is always working, always producing what you are in the depth of your soul. If your life is filled with lack, you are feeling lack. If your life overflows with blessings, you are feeling blessed. The world cannot help but mirror back to you the vibration, the state, the assumption you carry in your being. Therefore, I say again, I will teach you how to feel it. Let us now make this very practical. Suppose you desire wealth. You do not need to look to the stock market, to the government, to some external source. All you need is to enter the state of wealth within. You do this by feeling wealthy, not hoping to be wealthy. No, not acting as if wealth might someday come, but assuming now, with full inner conviction, that you are already the one you desire to be. How would you walk if you had all the wealth you desired? How would you speak? How would you greet your friends? How would you fall asleep at night? What would you think about as you awoke each morning? Ask yourself these questions sincerely, and you will begin to construct a new state of consciousness. And that state, once occupied in feeling, will produce its corresponding reality. Let me remind you, this is not make-believe. This is not fantasy, this is creation. You are imagining your world into being, just as God imagined this entire universe into existence. We are told in Scripture, God calleth those things which be not as though they were. That is the very secret I am giving to you now. You must call forth the thing you want as though it already existed, and you must feel it to be true. Do not concern yourself with the facts of life. They are only the shadow of your former state. They will fade away when you no longer give them attention. All that matters is the feeling. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is not a mere fleeting emotion. It is a deep, abiding inner knowing. When you feel it, truly feel it, something shifts. Your breathing changes. Your posture shifts. You begin to see with new eyes. You are no longer a beggar asking for change. You are a creator declaring it is done. From that moment, your world must reassemble itself to reflect the new you, and it will. Not by force, not by willpower, but by the effortless divine operation of law. Imagine then that you are already where you want to be. Close your eyes and feel into that scene. Do not just visualize it, inhabit it. Make it real in your imagination. Hear the sounds you would hear. Touch the objects you would touch. Breathe in the air of that new world. Let every sense participate in the feeling of being already there. And then, let go. Fall asleep in that state. Carry it with you throughout the day. Return to it whenever doubt arises. And above all, do not contradict it with worry, fear, or complaint. Remain faithful to the feeling, and it will become fact. Now let me tell you a story. A woman once came to me, desperate to be reunited with her estranged husband. She had tried everything: letters, phone calls, pleading. Nothing worked. I said to her, "Do you still love him?" She said yes. "Then assume he loves you too, and that you are already together." She looked at me as if I had asked her to climb Mount Everest. But I told her, just tonight, before sleep, imagine him holding you, telling you he loves you. Feel it as though it were happening now. She did it, though reluctantly. The next week, he called her. By the end of the month, they were back together. What changed? Not him. Her feeling changed. She moved into a new state, and the world mirrored it. Another man came to me, longing for a better job. He felt unworthy, overlooked, stuck. I said, "You are not stuck. You are only stuck in your feeling." I instructed him to construct a scene that would imply his desire had already been fulfilled. He imagined shaking the hand of a new employer, hearing the words, "You're hired," and feeling the pride of accomplishment. Every night, he entered that scene. Within weeks, a company he had never even contacted reached out with an offer, double the salary. What changed? Not the world. His feeling changed. He stopped being the man who waited, and became the man who had. I tell you again, if you can feel it, you can manifest it. You do not need to manipulate people, force circumstances, or wait for some perfect alignment of stars. You simply need to enter the state of the wish fulfilled, and remain there. The world will conform, for it always does. You are the operant power. Nothing comes into your world but what you assume and accept as true. And assumption, once felt as fact, becomes fact. This is the law. This is the teaching of all the great mystics, clothed in different words, but pointing to the same truth. You are creating reality by what you feel to be true about yourself, about others, about life itself. So choose wisely and feel deliberately. If you want love, feel loved. Do not wait for someone to love you. Be the one who feels love now. Imagine what it feels like to be cherished, valued, adored. Walk in that feeling. Speak from that place. Love will come, for you have become the vibration of love itself. If you want health, feel healthy. Not someday, now. Feel the joy of vitality. Feel the ease in your body. Imagine the doctor saying, "All is well." Hear it, believe it, feel it. If you want freedom, feel free. Not in some distant future, but in this very moment. Break the chains in your mind, and your outer world will reflect your inner liberation. You are not a victim of fate. You are not subject to chance. You are the master, the chooser, the one who brings heaven or hell into being by your feeling. All the power of the universe is compressed within your own consciousness, and the gateway to its expression is feeling. Let us return to Scripture again. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. It does not say, as a man thinks in his head. It says heart, which is the symbol of feeling. You may say with your lips, "I am wealthy," but if in your heart you feel poor, it is the feeling that will dominate. You must bring the word and the feeling into alignment. Speak what you feel, and feel what you speak. Only then do you create from truth. Now the question arises, but what if I feel fear? What if I feel doubt? Do not resist it. Acknowledge it, and then shift. Feelings are not enemies. They are messengers. If you feel fear, it means you are imagining something you do not want. So stop. Withdraw your attention from that scene, and construct a new one. Enter the feeling of safety, of confidence, of calm. Persist in that. Repetition will solidify the new state. And remember, no feeling lasts unless you sustain it. Sustain only what you want. This is not hard work. In fact, it is the most effortless of all. You are always feeling something. The question is, are you feeling deliberately or by default? Most people feel according to what the outer world tells them. But the magician, the mystic, the true creator, feels according to what they desire, regardless of appearances. And that is why they rise above the world and shape it. So tonight I urge you to begin. Do not wait. Choose one desire, just one, and feel it as though it were already so. Create a scene that implies its fulfillment. Let it be short and vivid. Enter it fully. Make it your home in imagination. Return to it again and again. Sleep in it. Walk in it. Think from it. And do not let the outer world dissuade you. It is only catching up. This is your birthright. This is the secret Jesus taught when he said, "Whatsoever ye desire, believe that ye have received it, and ye shall have it." Believe that you have received it. Not that you will, that you have. And belief in its purest form is feeling. I will teach you how to feel it, because feeling is the secret, not action. not strategy, not effort. Feeling, the moment you feel the state of your desire as real, the moment you inwardly consent to its truth, it must come to pass. Not by might, not by force, but by the inner certainty of being. Go now, and feel deliberately, feel powerfully, feel as though you already are the one you want to be, and watch the world rearrange itself, in perfect harmony with your inner state. You may wake tomorrow, and see no sign, no evidence of what you have felt the night before, and you may be tempted to say, it didn't work. But I tell you, never judge by appearances. The seed has already been sown, and what you now see is merely the lingering effect of your old state. Continue to feel the new reality. Let it take root. Persist in the assumption, not with strain, not with effort, but with quiet confidence, with that deep knowing that what you feel with conviction is law to your world. You must understand that the bridge of incidents, those mysterious, often untraceable paths that lead you from your present world to the one you have felt, are not yours to construct. Do not concern yourself with the how. You are not called to build the bridge. You are called to walk across it once it appears. And it will appear, not by your doing, but by the law that answers the feeling. What seems random, accidental, or coincidental will reveal itself, in hindsight, to be divinely orchestrated. But you must first claim the end. Feel it, own it, assume it. Each time you return to the old feeling of lack, of doubt, of fear, you reinforce that former state. But if you discipline yourself, even gently, to remain faithful to the desired state, you will notice a subtle change. You'll begin to feel different, not because the world has changed, but because you have changed. And when you change, the world must follow. The law is not partial. It does not fail. It simply responds to the predominant feeling within you. You see, the imagination is not some whimsical fantasy land. It is the workshop of God. It is where reality begins. And you are the craftsman, the dreamer of dreams. But dreams do not come true because you simply wish them to. They come true because you dare to feel them as real. When you do this, you move from mere desiring into assuming, from hoping into knowing, from imagining into creating. This is the sacred alchemy of consciousness, the transmutation of invisible substance into visible form. I urge you, in your quiet moments, especially before you sleep, to withdraw from the world of facts and enter the world of assumption. Let the body relax, let the mind grow still, and let your attention be gently directed toward that which you wish to be, not with struggle, not with analysis, but with ease. Imagine a scene that would take place after your desire is fulfilled. Not the process, only the result. If it is marriage you want, see the ring on your finger. If it is success, feel the congratulations. If it is health, sense the vitality in your limbs. Do not overthink it. Do not make it complicated. Let it be simple, natural, alive. And most of all, feel it. This practice is not reserved for the few. It is not some mystical gift given to saints or sages. It is the right and ability of every man, woman, and child. You were born with this power. You are using it now, whether you realize it or not. Every state you occupy is producing its harvest. So choose your state by choosing your feeling. What you feel yourself to be is what you become. You may say, but I don't know how to sustain the feeling. I say practice. Like a musician training the ear or an athlete training the body, you must train your soul to dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled. Begin with short moments. A few minutes here, a few minutes there. Return to it often. In time, it will become your dwelling place. It will feel more real than the world outside. And when it does, the world outside will catch up. You are not here to conform to the world. You are here to transform it. But you cannot transform anything while feeling yourself a victim of circumstance. You must rise inwardly. You must ascend the ladder of being through feeling. Each rung is a new state. Each state brings new experiences. You do not change the world by force. You change yourself, and the world reflects your change. When I tell you to feel the wish fulfilled, I am asking you to become the person who already possesses what you desire. To think from it, to feel from it, to move through the world as though it were already yours. Not to pretend, not to fake, but to embody it with sincerity and faith. When you do this, you will find that your desires are not something you must chase. They are drawn to you, for you have become their embodiment. You must also learn the art of detachment. Not detachment from desire, but from outcome. Once you have felt it real, once you have accepted the state, do not strain for results. Let the feeling rest within you like a seed in the earth. Trust the law. Let life flow. Know that the manifestation is already in motion. You need not dig up the seed to check if it's growing. Your job is to feel it real, and then to live your life with the quiet confidence that it must come to pass. Many of you are waiting for a sign to believe, but the sign comes after the belief. First you believe through feeling, and then the sign appears. The feeling is the cause, the sign is the effect. To reverse this is to wait forever. So begin within. Begin now. Your world is your mirror. You do not see what is. You see who you are. Change who you are in feeling, and what you see will change automatically. A fearful person sees threats. A joyful person sees blessings. A loving person sees beauty. The lens is internal. Adjust it, and the picture adjusts itself. In the stillness of your mind, begin to hear the words you wish to hear. Imagine the sounds, the voices, the laughter that would surround your fulfilled desire. Let it be vivid. Let it be detailed. Let it be emotionally rich. Do not simply think it, feel it. Let the scene impress itself upon your soul. Then let it go. Trust that the impression will produce its expression. Your feelings are prayers, not the words you utter with your lips, but the feelings you carry in your heart. These are your true invocations, and they are always answered according to their nature. If your prayer is one of lack, you receive more lack. If it is one of fulfillment, you receive fulfillment. So bless your desire by feeling it is already done. Give thanks for it, not in advance of its arrival, but in recognition that it is already yours. Do not confuse effort with effectiveness. It is not struggle that brings results, it is surrender to the feeling. It is the quiet, confident assumption that what you have imagined is already a fact in your world. When you no longer need to force it, when you no longer need to ask if it's working, that is when it is working. That is when it begins to move from the unseen into the seen. The great secret is this: reality is not created by outer action but by inner conviction. What you are convinced of, deep in your bones, in your breath, in your heart, is what you manifest. And conviction comes from feeling. You cannot be convinced of something and not feel it. The two are inseparable. So if you wish to change your world, you must first change your conviction. And you do that through feeling. Now if you say, but I've tried and it didn't work, I ask you, what did you feel? Did you feel the lack of it? Or did you feel the joy of already having it? You cannot deceive the law. It gives you not what you want, but what you are in consciousness. You must be honest with yourself. Trace your feelings. Examine your reactions. What are you truly accepting as real? That is your state, and that is what must change. So let us not just talk about this. Let us do it. Close your eyes even now, and let yourself drift into the end. What do you want? What do you long for? Feel it now. Step into the scene that implies it is done. Hear the words, see the faces, sense the atmosphere. Now feel the joy, the relief, the gratitude of already being there. Let it fill your being. Let it saturate your body. This is not fantasy. This is creation. You are doing it now. You are planting the seed, and the harvest is inevitable. Remain in that state. Let nothing shake you. Let no outer appearance tempt you back into doubt. You are the one with the power. You are the one who imagines. You are the one who feels. And because you feel it, it must be. Not someday, not maybe, but surely, certainly, lawfully. As you continue to dwell in that feeling, a strange and beautiful thing happens. You begin to forget the old state. It no longer fits. It no longer feels like home. You have moved inwardly, and the outer must move with you. What once felt impossible begins to feel natural. What once seemed distant becomes familiar. And then one day, without effort, without striving, you look around and realize it is done. In that moment, you don't celebrate because something external has changed. You celebrate because the outer has finally caught up with what you've known all along. The world simply reflects your sustained inner state. And when that state becomes your dwelling place, reality bends to meet it. The phone call comes. The opportunity presents itself. The person shows up. Not because you chased them down, but because you changed who you were in consciousness. And they had no choice but to respond to the new vibration you radiated. You must now realize that all creation is finished. The moment you desire a thing, it already exists. It exists in the invisible, In that higher realm of imagination and feeling, you are not creating something from nothing, you are selecting from the infinite possibilities already prepared for you. Just as a radio does not create music, but simply tunes into a frequency, you are tuning into the reality you desire by way of your inner state. When you change the frequency, the song changes, and the frequency is your feeling. So if you persist in the feeling of already being what you want to be, you are tuning into the experience of that state. The longer you dwell in that feeling, the more naturally it begins to express itself through you. You no longer need to remind yourself of what you want, you have become it. And that becoming is what moves the unseen into the seen. You may not realize how powerful your acceptance is. The very moment you accept something as true within yourself, you set in motion a chain of events that is far beyond your understanding. A whisper in the heart becomes a conversation on the street. A feeling in your soul becomes a change in your bank account. A moment of gratitude in the silence becomes a healed relationship. But the outer event is never the cause. It is the echo. The origin is always within. Do not be disheartened when the world does not change instantly. It is not meant to. The world is slow, dense, heavy. It takes time to catch up with what you feel instantly. That is why you must live by inner vision, not outer sight. You are not called to observe, you are called to assume. And that assumption must be felt as real, so deeply, so naturally, that you cannot help but live from it, speak from it, and act as though it were already true. Many of you are tempted to argue with the current facts of your life. But facts are not truth. They are merely reflections of previous feelings, hardened into visible form. If you argue with the fact, you remain in bondage to the past. But if you disregard appearances and claim the truth of your new state, you rise above the world and call forth a higher order of reality. And that truth is felt, not seen. The more you feel from the end, the more the world must yield to your inner conviction. Circumstances will shift. People will behave differently. Opportunities will unfold with such precision that you will know, without a doubt, that something greater is guiding it all. That greater something is your own imagination, aligned with your feeling. And when those two are in harmony, nothing is impossible to you. What will you choose to feel tonight? Not what will you wish for, not what will you hope to see, but what will you feel is real in your heart? That is the beginning of your creation. That is the seed of your new world. And though no man may see it, though no sign may yet appear, rest assured, it is done. The feeling is the evidence. The assumption is the cause. And the world must bow to it, for it has no choice but to follow the inner blueprint you have laid down. Do not wait for others to agree with you. Do not wait for the world to give you permission. Do not wait for the perfect conditions to begin. You begin now with feeling. You begin now with imagination. You begin now by entering into the state of the wish fulfilled. And once you have entered, remain there. Do not visit, live there. Let it be your new identity, your new home, your new reality. And the old world will pass away, and all things shall be made new. You are not learning how to create. You are learning how to feel. For the feeling is the creation. When you feel a thing deeply enough, consistently enough, the creation is complete. The delay you experience is not a delay in the creation, it is a delay in your recognition. You are waiting to see it before you believe it. But the law demands that you believe it, feel it, before you see it. So feel with intention, feel with clarity, feel with love. If your desire does not thrill you in feeling, it will not move the law into action. Let it come alive within you. Let the emotion flood your being. Let the joy, the peace, the excitement of already having it become the atmosphere of your soul. And in that atmosphere, miracles grow. Do not fear the delay. It is only the space between inner knowing and outer unfolding. It is the gap between seed and harvest. But the harvest is sure, if the seed is real. And the seed is the feeling, not the fleeting wish or the momentary thought, but the sustained assumption, felt as fact. Every great life, every success story, every healing, every breakthrough began with a man or woman who dared to feel something new, something greater, something already done. And they held to that feeling, even when the world told them otherwise. They were not greater than you. They were not more gifted or more deserving. They were simply more faithful to the feeling. And that faith became substance. That feeling became fact. You must now do the same. Take the power back from the world and return it to where it always belonged, in you. You are not subject to the world. The world is subject to you, and you rule it through your feeling. So feel with intention, feel with discipline, feel with love. For what you feel you become, and what you become, you inevitably see. So I leave you with this eternal truth. Nothing is more powerful than your feeling. Not circumstance, not logic, not the opinions of others. If you would only dare to feel your wish fulfilled, persist in it, surrender to it, embody it, then no force on earth could stop its manifestation. You are not here to beg from life, you are here to command it, not through effort or force, but through the silent authority of feeling. That feeling is your prayer, your seed, your creation. And when you honor it with belief, when you live from it, as though it were already so, the universe must obey. It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of law. So feel it now, feel it deeply, and never forget, the world will always reflect what you dare to feel as true.